thinking you beat cancer, you save the team. Like a tau should be something you can take down.
But it's close.
It is
so
close.
Get voting if you can get your friends and people.
I just assumed when we got to this point, we were looking at a Mr. Rogers Mario showdown.
I thought so.
In the final.
Yeah, I thought
but that's the beauty of the Berg bracket.
That's
you
right.
just never know.
That's right. Just
So,
like the real one.
Yeah. So whether you're listening to this this weekend or starting Monday, look, the Berg bracket is ongoing. You can vote on the Final Four. It will be going on, and then vote on the final. This is going to be fun stuff.
This is good.
Yeah.
Especially
# Berg bracket.
Right. Especially with our guest.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Especially with our guest.
That's awesome.
I wonder where he comes down on the
often.
Elmo.
Oh, you just dropped half of it there. Now you've revealed it's a he.
True.
Maybe we edit that out.
I think anybody that assumes anybody is having something to do with something I'm involved in usually is a he. I think that's a pretty safe presumption. We've heard you talk, Rob. There's no woman other than Jill that would even be in the same room with you.
And really not even willingly.
Not even willingly.
Only because they pay me.
We lured her in here with chicken McNuggets.
Oh, man.
But
a trail of them.
Speaking of Mario Lemieux, you guys, Jill, I think you posted this card about Chris Letang's wife.
Yeah. Her name's Catherine. I'm sure I'm going to botch it. Laflamme.
Catherine.
I love that.
Or as we in the media would say when we saw Catherine, woo.
Yeah, she was pretty hot. She is pretty hot. Yeah, she's going to be on. I believe
love
it's
that name.
Yeah, I know it's very, very foreign and very sexy. I believe it's season 3 of Hockey Wives. It's either season 3 or season 5. I think it's 3 of Hockey Wives. So
What happened to 4? You just went.
I
just
can't
jumped right
remember.
over.
My brain's for shit.
Those Hockey Husbands, they just didn't show that.
Okay, it wasn't as good.
Wasn't allowed in Trump's America.
I just kind of hope she has, a fight of her own. I hope she gets into a cat fight. Emulates.
Is this like? I don't watch the reality show. Is this like Is this like that show where they're the Housewives of Atlanta, but only in Canada?
I assume.
Because I'm thinking if they're hockey players' wives, they're fairly nice and genteel, and it's not that interesting. Like, I quite don't like her at all. Please move on. I'm not sure why I gave her that.
You just made them all British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, British, Canadian.
So
sort of
hockey wives are generally nice people.
Well, hockey in general, they're just usually Canadian. They're like passive. It's just sort of like. Yeah, it troubles me greatly that you've decided to burn my house down, but I'll still have you over for some potatoes.
Interesting.
Potatoes.
I guess Canadian wives have potatoes.
Apparently.
And bad British accents is what we can tell.
I think we just offended all of Canada in the last.
Well,
2
I'm fine with that.
Oh,
too.
that's not. It's hard to offend Canada.
Yeah.
They really can take a good.
Yeah,
that's
they
true.
really
That's
can.
like
Canada's
hockey country.
If Canada were Japan and we bombed them twice, it still would have been like, oh, probably we shouldn't have been so close to your bomb. Like, yes, that's exactly what we were thinking. Hey, you guys were talking about something, I don't know if it was today or the other day in the office, and I thought it was a great idea. You were railing against monopoly, and I sided with you on this, but I was hoping you could bring that back up, Chris, because
they're taking away some more pieces. They're
yes.
What are they taking away now?
The thimble?
The thimble, which is to me, it's the best piece.
Oh, I love that.
Well,
Yeah.
How do you take away? Is that like killing Spider-Man just so you can bring him back in the comics? Is that the way they do it?
Although I will say this, though. I mean, I have 2 Monopoly sets at home.
Somehow I knew you would.
I've got thimbles at home. I should be okay. I shouldn't need. It's not gonna break.
Do you have actual
die-cast
thimbles
metal.
or just the Monopoly?
No, I've got the Monopoly thimbles.
Does anybody actually have actual thimbles?
No, we
anymore?
actually
I
have
think I
other
have one.
thimbles. Yeah.
Where do you get a real thimble now?
We buy a
Craft
sewing
store.
kit or Altmeyer's or whatever the
Joanne,
brands,
Michaels.
Joanne
I'll
Fabrics.
just take your
Michaels.
word for it. Yeah, sure.
Anyway, so but they're taking them out and they're putting new ones in or whatever.
New
but
thimbles?
Here's my idea. Why doesn't Parker Brothers do this? Sell small boxes of just 6 or 7, however many pieces you get, custom-made pieces. You can sell a classic set with the original 6 or 7. You can sell a Game of Thrones ones, a Star Wars ones, Star Trek ones.
Oh, yeah.
Think of all the money they could make.
Oh, yeah.
Parker Brothers, contact me.
Yeah.
What I don't like about all the special monopolies is like I have to have all those boards.
I don't know if
They sell like
we have Catopoly at home.
But why can't we just get different figurine or whatever you call them, the different pieces like you said, and keep the same money, the same board, same cards? Like
right.
that's what it is. You know, I used to play Monopoly with my sister and my grandmother. God rest her soul. My grandmother, not my sister. And my grandmother was so competitive, where if it got to the end and you were beating her, she literally would either if she knew she was going down, try to screw whoever was winning over.
What?
Like, she would literally be like, if I was losing to my sister, she'd be like, all right, Robbie, we're teaming up now. I'm like, land on you. Or she would literally just, like, we're done. I'm like, Grandma, you can't do that. But she said, I was playing this game before you were born, and I'll be damned if you're going to beat me at it. So we never beat my grandmother at Monopoly.
Damn.
Wow,
Yeah.
She, like, flipped the board?
She would flip the board, yeah. She got angry about her Monopoly, man.
That's unfortunate.
Wow.
I actually admired it. Like, that age.
Well, I don't know about that.
I think I want to be like her.
I think you kind of are like her.
Really?
You're definitely going to flip the board if you lose.
Wow.
I definitely
Maybe.
think so.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said it never happened.
What is you're a thimble guy?
Oh, thimble.
Yeah.
Or I used to be car.
Yeah. I liked the
But
hat.
I'm thimble now.
I like the top.
No, the hat, I hated the
I
hat.
liked the top hat.
The one that I couldn't stand the most was the cannon. Because it would
Cannon,
never
yeah.
stay up.
Yeah.
It would always fall.
Well,
down.
Chris,
Remember
that
the cannon.
does happen as you get older, and they have things for that.
We all were thinking it. Rob was the one who said it.
I walked right into
Yeah,
that.
you did. You
That's what
put
you-
yourself in the line of fire for that one, my friend.
I do not remember the cannon. Was that?
Did you, when you played Monopoly, were you one of those people that had a
I don't
plan?
remember the cannon. Chris
That's
is
the
showing me a
cannon, yeah.
picture.
That's the
Yeah.
picture of the cannon.
I've never played Monopoly
Yeah,
with
the
a
iron
cannon.
doesn't make. I don't. Well,
I guess that symbolized sort of working class.
Well, right. These were pieces created in 20 something or 30 something. Whenever this game was
when like
invented.
one person didn't have a house worth as much as the Monopoly pieces.
That's right. So you were a poor housewife
Yes.
who ironed clothes for a living. And,
Yes. Except that you couldn't afford clothes, so what the hell?
Well, you
good did
ironed
the
other
iron do?
people's clothes, and that's how you made your money.
When you guys played, did you like have a set strategy, or did you always try to like sort of see where the game would take you? Because I always found that the games were more fun if people didn't go in there with sort of like I want to definitely get Boardwalk and Park Place. Like if you just sort of like, let's see where
Oh,
the
if
early
you just let it go. And
just kind of let it go and sort of see where it takes
That's
you.
how I always did it.
Yeah,
although,
I think it's more fun. My
yeah.
grandmother was not like that. She wanted the railroads. She was like,
I
yeah.
am like your grandma then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you go
Yeah.
out. You're
Yeah.
looking for stuff.
I go balls out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to just buy everything that I see and
Yeah.
So
circling back to
now,
the
did you do it this way? This is how I played originally. You have to go around the board first before you
yes,
could buy anything.
Yes, you couldn't.
Or
No,
did you
I
just
don't-
start buying?
Well, that's
No, you-
bullshit.
you-
Jill's
we
like,
would-
just
yeah.
screw it. Let's
Yeah.
just do this.
Let's
Yeah.
just
Capitalism at its finest.
Did you
Yeah.
put any money under free parking?
yes.
Yes.
And you won it
Yes.
if you landed or you rolled something. Was it
Yeah.
doubles or
Or if you
Yes.
landed on free parking, or
if you
something,
landed
right?
on free parking, you got the money?
Yeah.
Okay. Do
Monopoly's a
people
great
play
game.
Monopoly?
I think so. They still.
They still
I think
play it.
Monopoly's one of those games like you still play as a family. Like when
Yeah,
you're
but
young.
you know, you gotta have. It's a time commitment.
It
Oh,
it
that's
really
it.
Saying
is.
you
It's
don't
an
just
evening.
like, okay, we got an hour to kill. Let's play Monopoly.
You know what
no,
we should
you
do
gotta.
one day? We should have a Monopoly contest in the office.
Oh my, we don't. We get to give up a day of work for that.
I'm even fine with that.
Well, I'm sure.
I am willing to give up a day of work, Chris, to play Monopoly.
We should Facebook Live it. That way everybody can see me flip shit and flip
Yes,
the board.
we'll drink while doing
That
it.
would, oh, see, why did that never occur to me? They probably have that, but why did it never occur to me? Play Monopoly with every time you pass go, instead
take
of
a
collecting $200, you get a drink.
Because
Oh,
after
yeah.
about the third time around go, you'd be like,
That's the point.
Yeah.
You should do shots of beer. That way
Right.
it lasts longer.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
I do love that. Maybe that's what we'll do. It would be almost
Hit
as
us
cool
up.
as taking Le'Veon Bell to the prom. I mean, not for me, but there are people.
You can't
out
have beer at the prom.
Or drugs.
Right.
there. So are we sure Le'Veon's going?
Le'Veon is not going. Apparently, the backstory is
Yeah, I was gonna say, swing
a
us.
Steelers fan from Wisconsin. I believe she's 17, and her name was Ava Tarantino, I believe. She asked Le'Veon on Twitter, if I get 500 retweets, will you go to the prom with me? Huge Le'Veon Bell fan.
I would hope so.
And he responded back and said 600, and it's a deal. Well, she got the 600 retweets. So they had a plan in place. He was going to go up to Wisconsin, go to the prom with her. His girlfriend was going to apparently do her hair and makeup. So it was all set, and then the school came down and said that he could not go to the prom with her because they have a policy where if you have to be 19 or younger to go to the prom, and the fact that he was convicted of drug charges.
Drug charges.
Yeah, anybody who's convicted of any kind of offense like that is not
Wow.
allowed by district
It's hard
policy
to argue
go.
against that policy, though.
Yeah. What do you do?
And
Is he doing anything for her though? Instead,
I don't know. I think they.
I bet he does. I bet Le'Veon does something.
probably
She
will.
could still come and do the hair and.
Yeah.
Could he take her to a prom here?
I think a
What
lot
if
of
we held a prom and invited them both?
There you go.
And instead of having dancing, we just played Monopoly
that's a lame ass
with
prom.
beer.
with beer. But we
Oh.
don't want to advertise that because it sounds like that school
Yeah.
board's a bit prudish.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I never
If
understood
she's
the take-
17, you don't want to do
I
that.
never
you know
understood
what I
the
mean?
taking famous people to proms. It just doesn't like it.
I don't get how people do these promposal stuff.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you? Were you part of that?
No, that's way after me.
Yeah.
What's the prom pro?
How about
You don't know the proposal?
I should
Is it
clarify this.
promposal? It's promposal,
I should
right?
I should qualify
Yes,
this
I
with
believe
I
so.
only went to my senior prom because I was the class president and had to hand the crown to the king and queen. Otherwise, I did not get a date. In fact, the girl I asked to the prom doesn't even remember me asking her. She's like, to this day,
Wow.
she's like,
That's
"Are
not
you
good.
sure?" I'm like, "Yes, we had this conversation."
That's
You
not a
said,
good sign.
But you
I-
found somebody to go with.
"No, I didn't. I went stag."
Oh.
That's okay.
And I only went by myself because, like, my poor mom, all she wanted was, like, prom pictures of her son. And I'm, like, there with my friend Jeff and his date because, like, my mom's like, "I need to get prom pictures." I'm like, I don't want to go.
I have a prom story that's very interesting, and I don't know if I don't think I've told this, but so I went to a Catholic high school, okay, and my junior year, I get called into the principal's office. Now, our principal was a nun, okay. She was nice, but you were scared because she was the principal. So I get called in the principal's office. What the hell is this? Why am I getting called in? So I get in there, and she says, first thing she does, I sit down, first thing she says to me, says, "Chris, how are you on blind dates?"
That's excellent.
So she then proceeds to tell me
Knowing
that
what we know now about Catholic schools, that could have been a
She's-
dangerous question.
right,
but-
she's asking about her niece
Oh.
who went to Kappa High School, needed a date for
Wow.
her Kappa prom.
I've never
and
heard.
she knew that I was involved in like theater when I was in the theater musical in high school and all that stuff.
See, I played
So-
sports in high school, didn't get any dates. He was involved in theater and got set up by a nun.
How about that?
Yeah, really.
We're doing it all wrong, people.
So I ended up going to the Kappa prom. It was at the Station Square Hotel.
Wow.
And we had a great time. It was a good prom. But I went on a blind date set up by my nun principal.
Now I got to ask.
I love that
though,
story.
You had a great time?
It was a good time. No.
No,
not
no,
like that.
but like,
Don't.
let's just say you two. No. Would you have felt comfortable, like,
Well, no.
making out with the girl?
No,
at
no,
your prom?
because
it
it was
the nun?
she was a stranger, and it was very odd.
See, I think.
No.
I think
Let
I'd
me
have been
say
like,
this.
it's my principal's niece, and she's a nun. Oh yeah,
Well, no,
that's
I'm
probably
not
why I
creepy.
didn't have a lot of dates in
wouldn't
high
do that.
school. Yeah.
But no, I didn't. She was a stranger. I didn't want to do that. And plus, she's my principal's niece. I'm not gonna, because she's gonna get a report. I don't want to. No, I don't want to be on the bad list. But no, it was a very nice girl, a very nice time.
Is it insulting or complimentary when the nun thinks, "I think you should date my niece"? Is that the?
I know it was a compliment.
I think it's a compliment.
compliment.
It could
I
be
mean,
like he ain't ever tried anything. I know this guy, so.
Well, that's true. I never thought of it that way. Damn it.
You know what you should do? Is that principal still alive? That nun?
That's terrible that I don't know
You
that.
should
I don't-
find
I
out
don't
and
think
then say-
she is, but I don't know that.
Well,
I don't.
or you should find her niece and tell her the story of the night you proposed.
Yeah, I should get a kick out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have figured it going like that. That's a good. I got to tell you, that's the best. I've never, to this day in my life, thought I would hear. So I got set up by my principal nun
On a blind
It's a
date.
on a
great
blind
story.
date. That's how I got my
Well,
prom
and
date.
and to a prom no less.
I know.
Like,
Where was
the
this?
stakes are high on
Where
a
was
normal
the-
blind
where
date.
was
but
where were my principals looking out for me? Like, Rob, we could. This
You set
nun's
him up with
fine.
Rob.
Yeah,
No, don't set him up with Rob.
no, Rob. He had a mullet back then, and I did have a mullet back then.
Oh.
Oh.
Are there photos?
Oh yes.
We got to get those on.
Let me tell you, not
If
only
you went
was,
to Keystone Oaks, send
yes,
us your
oh
books.
look, they can send photos.
Absolutely.
Not only did I have a mullet, I'm pretty sure I had like a mullet that was layered,
Wow.
like teased, like it was like the worst
Oh
of
my
80.
gosh.
You gotta remember, like
Now, what year were we talking
this would
about
have been
here?
96.
Was it like a Yager mullet?
Oh,
I think
please
I
say
think
so.
it was like I had tried to grow my hair out from having like a buzz cut, like the year before, right? Like the full year before.
So you went from a buzz to a
So
mullet.
when your hair grows like that and you don't get it cut, it starts growing in weird. And then like you're like, I'm going to the prom. I should probably get my hair cut a little bit. But there's really no way to cut that. And I'm like, you're not cutting my hair off. So I kept the mullet in the back, but they kind of like cleaned up the top. And I look like, I'm like, my gosh, I look like every